One of the biggest questions that I get during my facelift consultations. Doctor, should I do fat grafting with my facelift? Hi, I'm Dr. Konstantin. I'm a facial plastic surgeon and New York-based facelift expert. And today we're going to discuss whether fat grafting should be done together with a facelift, should it be done separate, or maybe it should not be done at all. So let's start from the very beginning. What is fat grafting? So for those who are new to cosmetic procedure or to the world of cosmetic procedures, fat grafting is when we take the fat from somewhere else in the body. Usually it's the belly or the back maybe. Typically it's the place where people have enough fat to spare, and we put this fat into the face, and this is designed specifically to increase the facial volume, to fill in the hollows, or to recontour the face. Let's say somebody does have volume loss, and the volume loss along with the facial laxity contributes to the aged appearance of the face. So should we do fat grafting for them at the same time as a facelift, or should we do it separately? Now, the answer of course depends what areas we are going to be filling with fat, because the fat generally doesn't like to be in a place where we do some other kind of a surgical procedure where we do some cutting as we typically do with a facelift. So if somebody needs volume replacement under the eyes, in the central portion of the cheek and the temples, that would be a perfect combination. Those areas would fill very well with fat during the facelift surgery. But if the volume loss is on the side of the face during the facelift surgery, it's not the best idea to put fat there, because the result just becomes unpredictable. We don't know is the fat going to take or how much of it is going to stay there. Let's say somebody comes in and they have jowls and neck laxity and hollow cheeks. Do they need facelift with fat grafting together? Well, not necessarily so. And this is another tricky thing that a lot of people just don't think about. Facial sagging can mimic the loss of volume, but the volume doesn't really go away. It just changes the position on the face. So when somebody's cheeks sag, the volume goes down into the jowls, so this area of the face looks fuller and the cheeks look hollow. The solution to this, not to do fat grafting to the cheeks, but actually lift the sagging back into the area where it should be, and that will take care of the appearance of a lost volume in the cheeks. How do we determine whether somebody who has the hollow appearance of the cheek actually need fat grafting, or just the lifting would be sufficient? Well, there's very easy test that you can actually do at home, and we do it exactly the same way here. We sit the patient in front of the mirror, I go behind and I just put my fingers here in the cheeks and I lift the skin of the face, and if the hollow of the cheek goes away completely, then this person doesn't really need fat grafting, and the facelift would be sufficient to improve the appearance of the aging cheeks. But if after doing the lifting it still looks like the face needs a bit more volume, then fat grafting would be a good solution to that problem. So what is my answer when somebody asks me, do I need fat grafting with my facelift? Well, this is it. Now you've heard it. So number one, we need to determine whether somebody would benefit from volume replacement. Number two, we have to check whether the lift alone would take care of those hollow areas on the face, or we need addition of fat in order to replace that volume. And number three, we have to determine whether we do it together or separately, because some areas of the face would be much easier to do when those procedures are separated in time. I'm Dr. Konstantin. I'm a facial plastic surgeon and New York-based facelift expert. And if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel or leave your comments below. I will be happy to answer your questions. Of course, there is a difference of opinion and different ways of approaching this subject, and every plastic surgeon is different. We look at the patients through the prism of our own aesthetics, and when I see the patient for a consultation and determine which procedure would work the best for them, I look at the volume, I look at the sagging, and I decide which one causes most of the aging problems with their particular face. There are some patients who have longer, thinner faces. They may be very athletic, so they lose volume at an accelerated rate. And there are other people who just naturally have a rounder and fuller face, and not necessarily they want their face to look full. So even though they lost volume as a part of the natural aging process, they really don't want the fat to be placed back because they're happy with the face that looks thinner.